So Trent's made a lot of progress on the steering column, and we've got it to a point that we can mount it in the car and mock it up. It's going pretty cool. You can see here we've used the top of the Jaguar steering column down to about halfway, and then Trent started manufacturing or fabricating to mount the motor to it. So you can see the electric motor there, and it's positioned in the car and right above the pedals. So I think we've got actually pretty good clearance here. I think this is going to work, and I might still have room to fabricate a slightly different heater fan and still have this airflow in from this side. So that worked pretty well. The unit has a bearing in it, or is obviously mounted, and so we put bearings in the middle of the shaft now where the electric motor joins, and so it's really stable. It's not going to be all one piece. Kind of see here at the end of the column, there's normally a tapered bearing in there, and we're using a low-speed plastic bearing actually in the end of the column there. And then there's also, let's see where the support comes together here. And we've got a bearing support in there as well. So this is actually coming together pretty nice, and we'll get this, got to come back out and finish out the fab work, and then we've got to figure out the U-joint down out through the bulkhead down to the steering rack. That should all be pretty easy and actually really similar to what was there in the Jag before that. So steering column is actually coming together really nice. I'm just really pleased with the fab work that Trent's done on this, and I think it's going to work nice. Okay, made some good progress on the trunk area for the fuel tank. So putting the tank in the center, and no longer going to use the outboard tanks on the Jag here. There's a 22-gallon tank, and it kind of fits nicely down into this area where the tire well used to be. We lowered the floor, and that's what this pan is, made it flat, lowered it, and we redid the area here at the back. So still got a little bit of finish work to do on this, but I think that's going to work pretty well. So there it is with the fuel tank in place. You can see we've got a little bit room just behind the tank towards the back of the car, which would be, this is not going to have an in-tank pump, and so it'll be a nice little area for that. But it sits down there nice and flush now. Got to move the pickup point on the tank, and we'll move that over here. But the rest of it's looking pretty good, so I think we're in a good place here. Little finish work to do on the trunk and the fuel tank area, but the core of it is done, and now we can put the rear valance on, because the welding is done on the back side of that new floor for the fuel tank. So that is just about done. It's and like I say, went pretty well, so I'm pretty pleased with that.